Let's watch this Trump rally in Pennsylvania where he could barely even get half the arena filled and people were leaving early while he was talking. I typically show a picture here to show what I mean, but last time I did that, MAGA gremlins crawled in my comments and said, well, this is a picture from before the rally starts, even though it was a picture from a video where he's talking. So let's just instead quickly play this.
I want to go over the Alien Energy Act of 1798. We have to go back.
As you can see, he's speaking here. Half the seats are empty, and you can even see more people leaving. And this is also only about halfway through his speech, showing how the life has been sucked from this man's campaign. People are tired of the same old one-trick pony show. But let's watch a few clips of what he was saying to see what, he's actually talking about.
Tariffs. Taxes, not on you, by the way. The taxes are on you. Taxes are on other countries that have been ripping us off for years.
And usually, this is where I would say, well, he's lying to his base to get support for what he wants to do before he tricks them and robs them blind. But I honestly think that he's just so stupid that he legitimately doesn't know what tariffs are or how they work. The foreign country doesn't pay a dime on the tariff. The American company importing the products pays the tariff. They then pass those costs on to consumers, raising prices for everyone. This is shown through historical precedents. Anytime tariffs have been applied, yes, the ones that Biden has kept as well, because MAGA loves to say, well, why has Biden kept Trump's tariffs? Well, Biden is a dumb shit for keeping Trump's tariffs. They also raise prices. You can also see the effect that it's had on the economy under Biden. It's not like tariffs under Democrats good, tariffs under Republicans bad. No, economists agree that tariffs bad, right? Trump is the one, however, instead of in the specific markets, like here, he wants to do a blanket tariff on all imports. This is what will massively raise prices in all aspects of life and anything you want to get for Americans. It's a bit different than, say, a tariff on just steel, a tariff on just electric vehicles. I digress. MAGA doesn't really care about the details, but just to put them out there for anyone who is curious. And I mean, this is what Trump wants to do. It'll take billions from our economy, slow our GDP growth, and work as a sales tax on the middle class, all because truly, I literally just don't think he even knows what he's talking about at this point. I think he said it once, he's like, ooh, tariffs, Republicans do tariffs. And the left lashed out hey, this is a terrible idea. It'll raise prices. And he's like, oh, well, if the left hates it and it makes the left mad, I'm going to run with it. My base will at least enjoy infuriating the libs.
She thinks operations are wonderful. To transition a man to a woman is a wonderful thing. And without parental consent yet, this is a wonderful thing. Now, if she believed that even for a day, you don't want to have her because it's in there somewhere deep inside.
So semantically speaking, this makes absolutely no sense. Man and woman both imply adult. And why would an adult need parental consent? Is Trump trying to strip rights away from adults? Well, of course he is. He's already said he would outright ban gender affirming care for adults included. But remember, guys, Republicans, party of individual freedom. Am I right? God dang, thanks for Republicans, right? Surgeries on minors is a myth. Trump's been caught lying about this multiple times. His own campaign said, hey, we can't produce one school that has been taking in children and doing these kinds of surgeries on them. But at this point in the campaign, he doesn't really care about being truthful. He doesn't really care about attracting new voters. He's just pandering to his base, something that very well might cost him. We'll see in about 10 days or so. But remember, Republicans will say that rhetoric against a person is why violence happens, right? Democrats' rhetoric against Trump is directly why he was attacked, right? That's the case. So then Trump's rhetoric can directly be blamed for all the trans violence, immigrant violence too. But, in this context, we're talking about the LGBTQ community. And MAGA would, of course, admit that, right? Because they're always good faith and logically consistent in the points that they make, of course.
I said something yesterday. I thought it was terrible. And then I realized it was actually good. First time I ever said it. We become like a garbage can for the rest of the world. They're throwing all their garbage into our country. And we're not taking it, and they know we're not taking it. They don't want me to win this election, that I can tell you.
This is patriotism. True Americans hate America. Reagan calling us a shiny city on a hill. What a loser communist. True patriots call America a garbage can. And I would also like to point out that this is insanely racist. At this point, he's calling immigrants garbage. I mean, how much lower can you stoop as he has an entirely white crowd behind him? I mean, we know who this rhetoric is for, am I right? Meanwhile, immigrants fund Social Security and Medicare without taking from those programs. They work undesirable jobs. They create more jobs than they take, produce more revenue than what's spent on them. They commit less crimes than American citizens, but they're brown. So, of course, to Trump, they're just garbage.